Okay, so are we ready to jump into today's deep dive?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
Sounds good.
So we are talking about Village Love Story.
Hmm.
It's a tale of love and tradition in a small village called Norpor.
Okay.
And we've actually got two pieces of source material to work with here.
Okay.
Um, One is the short story itself, called Village Love Story. And we've also got this section called Love Lamps,
Uh,
which, honestly, when I first saw that title, I was like, Love Lamps? What is that about?
I know, right? Definitely intriguing.
Yeah, very mysterious.
Yeah, it makes you want to dig in and figure out what those lamps are all about.
Exactly, yeah.
Hmm.
So I guess the big question is, will love win out in the face of tradition?
Right.
And what role do these love lamps play in the whole thing?
That's the mystery, isn't it?
Well, let's dive in and find out, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, so first off, let's set the scene.
Okay.
We're in Norpur, which is a small village and I had to look this up, country name. Yeah, because the story mentions the Bilkadi River,
Right.
which flows through country name,
Oh,
apparently.
the more you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So picture this. Lush fields, the Bilkadi River flowing by.
Okay.
Kind of like, idyllic village life, right?
Yeah. Peaceful, simple.
Exactly. But against this backdrop, we've got some pretty powerful emotions brewing.
Right. That classic contrast, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you think about how these universal themes of love and societal pressures,
Mm-hmm.
they can play out anywhere, even in a tiny village like Norpur.
Absolutely. It's like no matter where you are, you can't escape the power of those emotions.
Yeah,
A
totally.
heart wants what it wants, right?
Exactly.
So who are these characters caught in this emotional whirlwind?
Right, so we've got Zubair.
Cook,
He's a hardworking farmer.
salt of the earth type.
Yeah, very much so. And then we've got Saima.
All right.
She's a student.
Oh, interesting. So already a bit of a difference there.
Yeah, and the story makes it pretty clear that there's this, like, wall of tradition separating them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in a traditional village setting,
Mm-hmm.
a student, especially a female student, probably stands out, represents something different.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit threatening to the established order,
Right, like a challenge to the traditional gender roles and expectations.
Exactly.
So how does their love story even begin to unfold with all these barriers in place?
Well, it's actually really romantic.
Ah,
Every evening at sunset, Zubair waits for Saima by the river.
wow. That's dedication.
Right. And the story doesn't say it outright, but you get the feeling that she knows he's there.
Like a silent acknowledgement.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful in a way, that unspoken connection.
Right. It's like, even though they can't be together openly, their feelings are still flowing, just like the river.
It's interesting how the story uses those natural elements, the river, the setting sun, to evoke such strong emotions.
Yeah, it definitely adds to the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, those symbols really draw you in.
Okay, so then things take a dramatic turn.
Oh.
The village is having this huge festival.
Okay.
It's described as this, like, explosion of colors, music, dancing.
Sounds lively.
It is, yeah, and everyone's there, including Zubair and Saima.
Hmm. And I bet this is where their paths finally cross.
It does, but not in the way you'd expect.
Uh-oh, what happens?
Saima's family announces that they've arranged her marriage to someone else.
Oh, wow. Talk about a bombshell.
Right, like, just when you think maybe their love has a chance, bam, tradition steps in.
That's got to be heartbreaking for Zubair.
It is, yeah, and you can feel the tension in the story just ratcheting up at this point.
It's like the stakes suddenly become so much higher.
Exactly.
So what does Zubair do? I mean, does he just accept this fate?
He doesn't, actually, and this is where I think the story gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
So instead of, like, running away with Saima or trying to fight her family,
Mm-hmm.
he goes to the village elders.
Wow, bold move.
Right. He basically puts his fate in their hands.
The elders must hold a lot of sway in this community.
They do, yeah, they're like the guardians of tradition.
So what happens when he pleads his case?
Well, this is the part that, honestly, I found a little hard to believe.
Really? Why is that?
He convinces them.
He does. Just like that.
Well, not just like that. He makes this impassioned speech about how love can actually make the village stronger.
Interesting strategy.
Right. Like, he doesn't frame it as him versus tradition. It's more like love as a positive force within the tradition.
I see. So instead of challenging the elders' authority, he's appealing to their sense of what's best for the community.
Exactly. And it works.
Wow. So love really does conquer all.
Well, in this story, it does.
Huh. Gotta love a happy ending.
Right. So the elders give their blessing. Zubair and Saima get married, and the whole village celebrates.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is, yeah. But what about those love lamps?
Oh, right, the mysterious love lamp.
Yeah, I was wondering about those too.
So where did they fit into all of this?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, let's break it down.
Right.
The love lamps section is kind of separate from the main story.
Mm-hmm.
It describes these beautiful lamps crafted by village artisans,
Oh?
and they're traditionally given as gifts to symbolize hope and lasting love.
So maybe they're like a metaphor for Zuair and Saima's relationship.
That's a really interesting thought.
Yeah, like their love starts out as this small, hidden thing.
Like a flickering flame.
Right, but eventually it becomes this powerful force that can't be ignored.
I like that. And the fact that the lamps are a tradition themselves adds another layer, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, because it suggests that even within these age-old traditions, there's still space for love to find a way.
Exactly. It's a hopeful message, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So this seemingly simple story, it ends up being about so much more.
Really?
It's about individual desire clashing with tradition, the power of community, and the possibility of change.
Yeah, and as we finish up this deep dive, it makes you wonder, what if the story had been told from Saima's point of view?
Oh, that's a great question.
Right. Like, did she have any say in all of this?
Did she even want to marry Zubair?
Exactly. It kind of makes you rethink the whole happy ending, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Leaves you with a lot to ponder.
It really does.
Well, that was quite a journey, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Who knew love lamps could be so thought-provoking?
You never know where these deep dives will take us.
That's for sure.
All right, well, until next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.